Hey, it worked. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing well. The real question is actually, can you see me? Can you hear me? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Look at all the new viewer notifications.
Scar, you beautiful soul, you. Glad you're back. GTWS hype.
There is so many announcements. Like there's this beautiful message somebody just said, and it just going by like this. Oh man. Thank you guys so much. And also, as I said, thank you so much for all the there's so many announcements. I was thinking about this when I was setting up here. When was the last time I streamed? Like it was a very long time ago. 2021 robbed a lot of things from me, and one of those was streaming. And that was one of the hugest bummers of... Yeah, there's so many announcements. I'm just letting it flow, Rascal. Just let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. But yeah, it is very good to see everybody. I hope you are all doing absolutely wonderful. We're 762 into a hype train. That is just... Oh man, you guys... Oh man, there's so many announcements. But welcome everybody. It's very, very good to see everybody today. And I hope you are all doing absolutely wonderful. And like I said, I'm I'm super happy to see so many familiar names in the chat. And I'm also excited to see so many new faces. So that is very, very wonderful. And it's very good to see everybody here. And so, yeah, it's a Scar stream. So if you're new here, it's a Scar stream, so you probably understand what that means. Yeah, there's also like 7,000 people watching, and like I didn't think anybody would show up. You know, I thought there would be a couple people. We'd put some moss down.
I love your videos. Glad you're doing great. How are you feeling?
How I am feeling. I wish I could see who sent me that message. I will try to figure that out in a second. I'm feeling okay. It's been an uphill battle with the surgery recovery. Like, you know, you get out of surgery, right? You're like, oh.
Scar's back. Hashtag root to bed for life.
Root to bed for life. That has to be Rum. That has to be Rum. That couldn't be anybody else. Dude, Rum, you know what? Even though I can't see the messages, they went by so fast. But I know that's Rum. Rum. Jelly, you know, I'm working, right? I'm doing my thing. Jelly, that cat's... I can't even speak. This makes me so mad. So I'm working on...
Scar, I have to say you have the best health ears in the server. Ooh. Also, hello from Germany. I'm a soldier who has been watching your videos on YouTube.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
so glad I get to actually see your stream.
Well, dude, it's awesome to have you on the stream. And, wow, there's so many different things moving right now. I'm still getting used to stream. But yeah, first of all, thank you for the bits. And thank you for... I enjoy my ears. I do. At the beginning of seasons, I always try to think of something fun to do, and how I get a lot of inspiration for whatever I am going to do.
Hi Scar, I love your
so
content, and I am happy to catch you streaming for the first time. Greetings from Germany.
So many Germanys. Hello, Germanys. But yeah, like I try to find a default character. Like, hey, it's a wizard. What does a wizard do? What does a wizard build? What does a elf? What does a railroad tycoon, you know, etc. Like, what do people like that do? And from that, I call that free content, because when you have that spark, and then it's just an engine, like an exponential engine of like ideas that come from it. So that's how I try and stay motivated in Minecraft. Is I have a character. What does that character do? And from there, it's like a never-ending amount of ideas. More ideas sometimes than I can do or have energy for, but thank you for your service, and appreciate that. And Rum, I was editing, right? Doing my editing, and all of a sudden, pooh, the internet goes out. And I had uploads going, it was a whole thing. I'm searching high and low, and it turned out Jelly can't get on the router anymore because it's on a shelf. So what she did is she just knocked the power cord out. And you know, you think, oh, a cat, you know, she wouldn't know what she was really doing. Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. She pulled that power cord out. I know she did.
Scar,
I am
you beautiful,
convinced.
amazing person. I am glad to see you back. Prismarine equals life.
I agree. Prismarine is especially Dark Prismarine is one of the best and underrated blocks, and rarely use it because it's hard to get and expensive, but it is a very good block. Pink Dragon, thank you so much for the 50 gifted subscriptions to the community. There's so many announcements. Unknown, thank you so much for the bits. Rum, I'm trying to scroll through these. Rum, I can't thank you enough for that. That is beyond generous. I'm gonna this could take a very long time to go through it. Plus, it cuts off every like 20 announcements. It like cuts it off. So I'm gonna go back through Streamlabs and then read through all of these after the stream. But guys, thank you so much for the new subscriptions. Thank you so much for the resubscriptions. Thank you so much for the bits. It's very generous and very much appreciated. So I can't thank you from the bottom of my heart. And it is wonderful to see you all again. Let's see if we can get a little Minecraft. There we are. But yeah, it's today's stream will probably be a little like slow. You know, we're just kind of hanging out today. Tomorrow, there's a very good chance that Cub and I will be doing some MCC practice, by the way, because this guy's an MCC. This guy, and I'm nervous but excited. Like I'm nervous but excited. And I think it'll be a really fun experience. It's something I've wanted to do for a very long time. So if we go back into the way back machine. So when MCC started, I was like, oh dude, that looks really fun. But at the time, the problem with that was that around 2020? It's around 2020 that I started seeing the streams and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, that looks really fun. But starting in 2020 was the time where it was like streaming just gotten like harder and harder for me a little bit. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait a little bit. And then I was on the wait list for like most of 2021, and then finally I get the opportunity, and I think I'm finally strong enough to like do it and stream. So I'm excited for that. This is how good I'm gonna do at MCC. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the speed. Look at the precision. Oh, this is actually better than I thought. Oh, he's going all the way. No, just missed it. Oh, I just missed it. Just missed it. Oh, my nose is itching like crazy. Oh, so bad. So bad. Well, you saw that. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
MCC. Have a good day, Scar. Best wishes from the Ye-Horse State.
From the what? From the Ye Old Horse Estate? What's the Ye Old Horse Estate? Now I'm just like super intrigued. Like, is this like a horse like ranch? Do horses like? I'm like envisioning the horses just like living there. Yeah, MCC is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. So we're playing with Martin and then 2 other people that I don't know. So new friends. So that'll be sweet. That will be sweet. It'll be fun to do something with Martin, because in Last Life, Martin and I were always on the opposite team of different things. So it'll be fun to do something with Martin.
Scar, I am totally fan buying right meow. Let me say, and I have said on YouTube multiple times, you are the strongest person on the planet. Truly an inspiration.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Definitely haven't felt very strong lately, but I appreciate the confidence. That was very, very nice of you to say, and I appreciate that very, very much. Let's see. My story. Yep. Thank you so much for the 50 gifted tickets aboard the Starship Good Times. Very generous of you, and very, very much appreciated. Very, very much. Let's see. TikTok 1021. I am very excited for MCC. I am very excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully I do okay. I just don't want to be last. Please don't be last. That's all. That's literally all I care about. Like I sent a message to Grant, I'm like, dude, all I care about is not being last. All right, so we've got plans today. So first thing we need to do is we're gonna start terraforming this area a little bit. And I know you guys have had a ton of questions lately, so I thought we could do a nice little Q&A a bit while we do some terraforming. We also need to do a little bit of exploring. That is right. We need to get some of those little, I almost call them dirt
My brother and I have been watching you for around 3 to 4 years. We always look forward to your content. You are a gift to this world. Never give up. You can do anything you set your mind to.
Oh, it cut off. Oh, Scarvis always cuts off at a certain
You got me to
point.
start playing Minecraft, and it's been a huge positive in my life. Thank you for that and the awesome content.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That was a very nice message. And for the last message, that is so cool. You and your brother have been watching for 5 years. Wow, 5 years. Okay, let's go back in the Scar time machine here. 5 years ago. Have I been on Hermitcraft for... Have you been watching pre-Hermitcraft? Or is that like season 4? Was that like the start of season 4? Oh, wow. Yeah, man, that was a long time ago. Dude, so going back, if some people probably aren't like super familiar. So like season 4 was the first one I joined. So we joined with like Iskall, Wells, Cub, Rendog. It was such a surreal experience for me because prior to that, I did like a little bit of SMP, but never could fully get into them. And it felt like every time I joined one, it ended. So joining Hermitcraft was such a surreal experience, like actually joining like a thriving like community, which I don't know, it was a big change for me because prior to that, like I said, I kind of did a few little things, but nothing ever like was long term or something like that. And joining Hermitcraft was just an experience that I wanted for a long time, was to like be able to actually play Minecraft with other people. So yeah, it was such a fun experience, and it has been a fun experience. All right, so we need to go exploring real quick. Let me I think we have enough. So I found a cave. I found a cave, and I think we need to get our MLG water bucket and a boat. We need to get an MLG water bucket and a boat. But I wanted to talk about
Sending this on behalf of my disabled partner who's too tired to watch RN but wanted to send some love to you. Less than 3.
Oh, thank you so much for the support. That's very, very generous
Hi,
of
Scar,
you.
there was this big red button, I had to press it, smile.
And let your partner know that all the love and the support's in them. And thank you so much for the support. And that's very, very generous of you. And Unknown pushing red buttons. Thank you so much for that. That is, oh man, you guys are very, very generous of you. And I very, very much appreciate that. No, that is beyond generous. So thank you. That's very generous of you. And I'm so sorry. I keep missing messages. FC, I see FC. FC is the creator of these ears, by the way. Look at those. Look at those ears. Look at those. He is an art genius, I will call him.
TBH, give that girl back her router. Kidding, but seriously, I'm so proud of you. Q, what are some builds you've wanted to do for a Hermitcraft season that got scratched?
Oh, that's a really good question. Oh, I like that. If I get distracted at any point during my answer to this, remind me about this question, because that is a really interesting question. Oh, so many. Oh my gosh. It could be like a book this big. I have ideas that could fill a book. I have this much energy to do them. Oh, first of all, thank you so much for the bits. Very much appreciate it. I'm dodging. Weaving. Did I make a boat? Oh, I just need a water bucket. Wow, that's such a good question. There are so many. I've always wanted to make a zoo. I think I've mentioned this. You could probably go back in the time machine to when Hermitcraft did a mod pack. Oh, this is an oldie. Man, I'm so old. Anyway, do you guys remember when Hermitcraft did a mod pack?
Go get a totem from Impulse before the adventuring, please.
Is he online? No, does he sell them? I think I might have one. Hold on. I might have one. Yes, there we go. Oh, you guys are geniuses. This is much appreciated, your services. So going back, I forgot what it was called. Like, it was a Hermitcraft mod pack. We played on it together. We made it. It was, yeah. So that series gave me the idea to make a zoo. Or was it that mod pack? Maybe it was a mod pack that actually had actual animals in it. I can't remember. But that was always something I wanted to do, was create a base around a zoo that had exhibits and biomes for every Minecraft creature. So I would take all the Minecraft creatures and give them biomes and things along those lines. But since then, Minecraft has added so many different mobs. It would be very difficult to make one for every exhibit. But I remember, I think it was even in season 6, I was talking to Doc and I'm like, is there any way, man, that your genius world-breaking skills can get me a wither trapped in an exhibit? And I know he was thinking of ways. That was a long time ago. But anyway, other builds. Man, there's got to be so many. Oh man, there is so many. I'm trying to think. Oh, for season 5, we had the section of the city that didn't get finished, and that area was going to be more. There's going to be like a hospital there. There was going to be a shopping center. There's going to be a few things in that area that I was going to do. Oh, how about this one? So for season 6 pirate area, I never got to fully envision what the pirates like castle was going to be. That part never got fully built out. So that was supposed to be a much larger and more complex castle, but unfortunately it didn't quite get as done as I really wanted it to. Oh, there we go. All right, so we are here for those particular drip leaves. Oh, I wish I had more buckets. Oh, I need more. Okay, we'll just come back and get those later. We'll come back. Ooh, look at this. Okay, keep it. Oh, I kind of want that. I kind of want that axolotl. They kind of creep me out, but I kind of want. I want it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. No, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Oh, don't kill me. Oh, I should have brought a shield. Oh, I should have brought a shield. Oh, never mind. False panic. False panic. I forgot I have good tools and shields now. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. I got good gear now. I don't have to worry so much. I'm losing my mind over here.
Totally true Scar fact of the day. Scar loves milk. It's his favorite beverage. Tall glass of ice cold milk.
No. No. That has to be Maz. That has to be Mazadoodle. No. 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 No milk. No milk. Keep it away.
Passive mobs only for zoos.
Keep it away. Oh, milk gives me the heebie-jeebies. I just like, oh, you know that feeling? Like you just kind of go, oh. Okay, whew. Oh, I need some air. Whew. Okay, we're good. Got milk on my mind now. Anyway, how are you guys all doing? All right. Oh, any other build? I know there's more builds. I'm like drawing a blank on some of them. There's so many shop ideas that I've had. Oh, there. Oh, hey, here it is, guys. Hey, silk touch. There we go. I'm like, don't tell me we came all the way here for nothing. Don't tell me this. Oh, it's a little baby axolotl. They're starting to warm up on me. You know, at first I'm like, a little creepy, but you know, I'm starting to warm up on the little fellas. So many shop ideas. There's so many shop ideas that that I had for Hermitcraft that never saw the light. One thing I'd like to do, and this may be a little spoiler, but it's a stream. We have fun. You know how Cherry in season 6 was a parody of Apple? So Cherry, I designed it as a redstone shop. So it sold redstone, but it was themed like a parody of Apple. I really want to do Tomato, a parody of Cherry, which is a parody of Apple. It's a double. Wait, am I not? Wait a second. Hold on. Why do I have the big ones? I'm looking for the little fellas. What am I doing wrong? Shears. Oh. Shears it be. Hey man, at least we got the little fella. Look at him. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, I kind of want to do that this season. I kind of want to do that, where it's it's just another level of parody. Oh, this way. There we go. All right, we're heading on back out. Heading on back. We're gonna get some. But yeah, that would be a fun shop. I want it to look different. I don't want it to look exactly like an Apple shop. I want it to look different this time. There's so many announcements, guys, and there's so many more than I can even just read. So thank you so much for the support. All the subscriptions, resubscriptions, and bits is very generous and very much appreciated.
Chesla would be fun. A chest monster shop again, but a parody of Tesla stores.
That is super clever. That is super clever. So what would it be? What would it be? Let's say a Tesla. Let's say, hold on.
Scar, are we ever gonna get a moon base?
A moon base. Oh. We will get a moon base. We will. Okay, so that's a project that I've wanted to do for a while. So season 6, I had an idea for a moon base. Or prior to that, what I wanted to do was have an industrial area designed as a moon base.
Whimsy
So
is one of the things that has kept my daughter Ruby and I going this past couple of years. Thank you for being you. So glad you're through that harrowing time and back in the world. Sending what we can.
oh, that's very generous of you. Absolutely, very, very, very much appreciated. Let your daughter know hi. I said hi, and yeah, thank you for the nice message. That means a lot. Oh, jelly. But yeah, that was a very nice message. I appreciate that so much. So this is something like I would hope for humans in the future.
We'll get the moon base this season and recycle the elf ears as Vulcan ears.
Oh, guys, hello there. That's a clever idea. That's a clever idea. Just transition right from elf to Vulcan. I like that. That's a really cool idea. Oh, there's Corrales over there. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that a lot. But for me, like in the future, I would love humanity to move off like heavy industrial to space. Now there's people like Bezos or whatever saying that, just whatever. But I've been saying that for a long time. It's like we need to move off stuff in the future off Earth. So the idea of between moon base was taking some of like more polluting things off of Earth and onto like asteroids or moons. And let's see, hold on, where's this guy? So that was kind of the idea behind the base, was that the industrial area would be on like a moon or an asteroid.
On a rainy day. So glad you're back.
Hey, look at that. It looks nice. Adds a little bit of energy. Like I said before, Minecraft
Best
needs
streamer and YouTuber
movement.
in the world.
That's movement. That's movement. That's movement. Oh, my, thank you so much for that. That is very generous and much appreciated. I'm trying to keep it together on the stream. You guys have just been very generous, and I don't have a lot of words for that. So many nice messages and everything. I just very much appreciate it. It's very generous of you. So yeah, Moonbase Alpha will come. The problem, like I said, is I have ideas and I don't always have a lot of energy. Don't always, but you will see a Moonbase someday. The center point of it, so do you guys remember season 4 when I did the Yellowstone biome next to Cubs, like expansive and amazing volcano biome? It was kind of like an offshoot sub biome to that. I wanted to do something like that as the terraform for the moon. But since then, I've actually gotten more ideas to make even better like terraforming ideas. So the center point of this terraform like moon surface would be like a rocket. And that rocket maybe just got like trapped there. So think of like season 6 when we crashed a rocket into that village, something like that.
Together through really tough times. We respect you for you, dude. Just be who you are. Love you, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Everybody's got conduits this season. I haven't seen those in years. Right? Like, I don't think I've seen a conduit in Minecraft since season 6. There's such an... I feel like they could have been better. Like, they're useful in a way, but I think they could have been better. I wish they would, like, I don't know, redesign them or something. Anyway, have you guys seen the mud block, by the way? I'm all over the place today, but that's okay. That's just a typical Scar stream. Have you seen the mud block? So the mud blocks themselves, like the natural variants of them, I know there's some people didn't really care for the color,
from
but
Poland.
I think they're
nice to see
okay.
you on stream. Hope you will prank Gree and we wish you good health.
Oh, I should do it. I should do it. Oh, I don't have any water. Darn it.
Totally true Scar fact of the day. Vulcans are Scar's favorite Star Wars characters. Tesla parody. Edison only sells things other hermits are already selling.
Okay, that was really funny. You know, fun Scar fact, Maz. My dad loved the Vulcans. I always felt they were kind of pretentious. I always thought they were a little pretentious. And when they failed, I was like, oh, that's funny. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right. Here we go. It's worth it. This is worth it. This is worth it. Okay. This is why we're not going to get last place in MCC. Look at this. Yes! Yeah! That's why, because we are champions of the water bucket now. I love that. Whew. I had way too much fun doing that. And doing that in hardcore.
For anyone without bits, let's flood chat with Twitch Unity if you're glad Scar is feeling better.
Should not have done that in hardcore.
Part of the SMP base is a big tree, which I never build. What's the best way to start to build a sort of tree like yours?
Oh, okay. I have the perfect solution for you. So you could spend hours upon... Where's my... Oh, this is not the cave. This is not the cave that we originally were in. Anyway, so yeah, trees. That's something I've always meant to make a video about because I have this most simple solution. You just start. So send up a pillar. Go straight up. Dirt pillar. Boom. And then slowly just start building a base at the center. Or like, so you build up a pillar on the basic height that you want. And then start building a cylinder upwards, right? So just build a cylinder. And then from there, you start to shape that cylinder. You give it a little bit of a curve, a little bit of a sway. So you work it like clay. A lot of times, and at least how I used to, where am I? This isn't the cave that I've come for. Dang it. Dang it, how lost am I? All I wanted was some of those little plants, and now we are totally lost. But the key with any of that stuff is to just start with dirt. It's a non-committal block, right? You're not putting something down that's going to be difficult to take out. Did your dad like his kayak? Oh, that's right. Oh, I completely forgot we talked about that because I started talking about it on stream, and I'm like, is he home? Oh, he loved it. It's still too cold to go anywhere at the moment, but hopefully soon. But yeah, hopefully he needs some way to take it. Like, we need to figure out a way to. Oh, I don't have to worry. I've got good armor. I keep freaking out because of this. The hardcore series really panicked me. Hey, look, we found Nemo. But yeah, like I said, it's super important to and bam, gotcha. It's super important to start with an easy block that you can work with. So you can just knock those dirt blocks off that you don't like and shape it, move it like a piece of clay. If you're going in right with log, then you're gonna have to like get the axe. It's gonna be a whole thing. So starting with a cylinder shape and then start curving it. And another way to go to the next level is try to understand where the point of wind is going. So if the wind is blowing, let's just say west in Minecraft here, you can start working your tree leaning towards the west, right? And then you want your branches to flow that way. That's an extra way of giving it a little bit more energy. This has been a failure, by the way. This has been an absolute failure. I find this might sound super weird, but I find a lot of comfort in making trees.
I got my service dog this week and wanted to let you know his name is Captain America. You're a big inspiration to me.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you with Captain America. That's awesome. Hopefully Captain America will serve you very well. But dude, that's such good news. I'm very happy for you. That's really cool. I'm lost, by the way. I'm lost. Hi, friends. How are you all? We must have went down another way. Well, okay. Let's make the best of this. I needed some of this. I needed some of this stuff. You can you harvest glow lichen? Is that possible? Can you farm it? I don't know if you can or not, so I am curious if that is a thing. Okay, we are just doing great. We're gonna need to find the way we came, and you know, I just came here for one thing. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Who put this here? This is amazing. You can with bone meal. Sweet. Very cool. Oh, I wanted to talk about something. Are we going through water? Whoa, I didn't know you could put... I did not know you could do that.
So any new exciting Disney talk? Hashtag Rootabed for life.
Oh man, I do have some stuff on that.
Hey Scar. Just wanted to give a thank you for inspiring so many artists with your creative builds and characters you make. Your charisma and creativity spreads so far, and your content keeps me good.
Oh, sorry, it always cuts off at a certain point, but that...
I love to watch you, Scar, and I'm so happy you're doing better.
It always cuts off. It cuts off at a certain point where it gets too long. But dude, that was such a nice message. I very much appreciate that. Charisma and creativity, and sorry, it kind of keeps me good company while I work from home. Dude, that's so nice. I appreciate that very much. That's very nice. You guys are sending a lot of nice messages, and I very much appreciate that. I'm so glad you got it on a wheelchair from Zach. Dude, the last time I rode the wheelchair was the day before I went to the emergency room for like one of the first major like infection attacks. So I haven't been on it since, which I hope like in the next like week or two. Okay, that's where we originally went. Did we go high? I think we got high. Yeah, I think we got higher up on the mountain here. Let's try. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, we had to get a little bit higher up on the mountain. The Disney talk. I've been so...
You are a huge inspiration to me and my 6-year-old daughter. So great to see you streaming again.
Oh, that was pathetic. I didn't get in there. Oh, I appreciate that. It's a very nice message. And thank you and your daughter for watching. I still freak out when I get hit by a zombie, but I've got good gear. I don't need to freak out. So many things that Disney's done lately that just make me go like... I mean, just from like an artist standpoint, the new tower that they're going to build at Disney World looks like a Best Western. And it's like, you know, you don't go to Disney World to stay at a Best Western. You can do that down the road. It's like, man, like, I don't understand some of the creative decisions that are coming out these days. Like all the Imagineers that I just absolutely love just aren't there anymore. Like Tony Baxter, Joe Rohde. And I mean, you go back in time, you know, like some of the greats in the past, like Harriet Burns, Alice Davis, Mark Davis, John Hench. It's like you kind of you see it as like, what's going on there doesn't appear to be artist decisions, but more of corporate decisions. So like it's like basically it feels like everything is being dictated, even at the creative level from corporate. It's like, it's not a fan of that. I feel like some of the artistry of like Herbert Ryman and John Hench, like if you're not familiar with these two artists, they were phenomenal artists. Like their work is just absolutely incredible. Their work both with Disney and outside of Disney is like super inspiring stuff. How many did we get? We got 10. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting what I can and getting out. And then on the other side is like, you know, you have the Star Cruiser Hotel comes out, and you know, it's awesome. There's some people that like it, you know, maybe it's not for everybody type of thing, and that's totally fine. But the problem I have with that is that I know what the pricing was going to be, and I know what the pricing turned out to be. And you can even find it now online. Some people are finally like leaking what it was originally going to be, which was already expensive. And then they're like, you know what, let's just double it. Let's just double it. They'll pay it. And it's like, you're diminishing and destroying the brand by just nickel and diming your customers to no end. Like you're milking your customers so hard for your failing like studios and try to get every penny you can from the parks that those people going to the parks are going to be like, nah, I'm going to take my vacation elsewhere. And that's why one reason why I haven't wanted to do the Disney podcast for a while was because I felt like everything in my mind towards what was going on was so negative. And it's like, I don't really want a super negative podcast. And not that I don't want to be real or I don't want to say my own feelings, but I also just don't want to just be the negative Disney podcast. Because that just to me seems like the worst. Like, you know, there's a lot of fandoms, right? There's the positive people that like everything is awesome. And there's the people that hate everything. And it's like, I'd rather like our podcast, I've said this before, is like be in the middle. Like we're real, like we like this, we don't like that. So I don't know. But lately it just feels like everything's been negative and I just don't want to be negative all the time. I want to find stuff that I like, find stuff that excites me or that I find super creative. And it's just been so lacking lately that I just haven't done the podcast. It's been frustrating. But anyway, you can tell that, you know, look at my background. There's a lot of like Disney stuff. So like, you know, the problem is so much of the stuff that I love is some of the older stuff. Like, I don't know. It's been a little bit sad. The new guard is quite an interesting crew. All right. But, you know, I don't know. I still say, like, you know, when people ask about, you know, like, how to like take your Minecraft to the next level, I still say, go back to those old Imagineers. They do what we do. They really do. Like in Minecraft, like Imagineers, they go in and they create environments of nothing. And we come into Minecraft and create environments from nothing. It's the same concept. You can learn so much from people. And I've always mentioned them, like Ex Nintendo, Harriet Burns. Like I was looking through her artwork through one of my books. Just the most amazing artwork. Just like, it's so realistic but elegant. Such fantastic stuff. Mark Davis, like his like comedic approach to his art is something to behold. Like it's just incredible. Like there's so many cool things on like the older Imagineers. Anyway, we got what we needed. Let's go put our fish in our pond and then we can do some terraforming. All right. Oh, good. I was worried that thing despawned. I'm like, oh man. There we go. That's some. No. I need some water. No. Ah, dang it. I'm going to save you. No. Yes. Okay. No, you don't. I'm not even going to save you. No. You work your way back into that water. You killed my beautiful fish. Thought you were all going to live in happy. Okay, I can't let you. I'm not that mean. I can't let you drown, or opposite of drowned. Is this your kind of drowning would be to be in the air? I'm confused. Anyway, that. Dang it, I didn't know those things were murderous. Did you guys know that thing's murderous? I'm not going to help you twice. What other things do these things hurt? Oh, man. Okay. Well, we're not going to do that. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay. Just put these guys here then. We'll just put these guys here. There we go. Okay. Well, that makes me happy. Finally, after all this time, we've got these plants in here. Nice. That looks good. Let's just throw a couple over here too for good measure, just to kind of fill in the area. Yeah, look at that. Oh man, Minecraft's got so many fun plants now. Look at this. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Things like this make me super happy. Stuff like this. That's why I said in the video, I was like, do people find this boring? Because
your
I
creativity
love this.
is so impressive and really helped me improve my own writing and world building. You're teaching a lot of people how to create and enjoy it with your skills and positive realist attitude. Love you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's very, very nice. That is something that it's one of the things that I love about like expansive stories is like world building. If the story's not all that great, if what is created via the world, like an author or a writer or whatever creates like an expansive like world. That's what I love. I mean, that's probably what I love most in some ways about like Star Wars or something, is that the world is so immense in scale and the characters are so flushed out that you think in the future, like super future again, that like like if we had holograms and like some AI and they could just like generate like a living, breathing Star Wars land. I'm like combining Star Trek into this now. Could you imagine? That'd be super cool. Okay, so that was moderately successful except for the murder. All right, let's take a nap here.
Scar, I thought you joking when you said your fish would float.
No, I wasn't joking. It turns out we literally did float the fish. That was in the editing. Like, I didn't even realize much of that until I was editing. And I'm like, yeah, and we're going to get our fish over here and they're going to be floating. I was like, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. Okay. All right. Let's actually, oh man, this is, you know, this was organized at one time and I was really proud of myself. I was like, Scar, you've done good work today. You have successfully organized your storage area. By the time that episode had ended, this area had really fallen apart. And that's, you know what? I'm not going to blame myself 100%. I'm not going to blame myself 100%. You know why? Because there's so many blocks in Minecraft. How do you organize them? I couldn't imagine that every hermit has proper storage anymore. Like, because it's just so many blocks. There's so many blocks, and that's not a bad thing. But yeah. Anyway. All right, let's see. Let's grab out our mossy blocks. Where's my moss? Moss? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Sweet. You know, we can make use of some of these carpets to save on a little bit of mossy block. There we go. And let's do a little... Uh-oh. Did I really use all of my leaves? No. I only have 4 left? Are you serious? Oh, man. I can't get enough of the azalea leaves. They're the best leaf. It is. Oh, no. Where's my hoe? Oh, good. There you are, hoe. Whew. I lost my hoe. Go. That hoe took so much work to get. I cherish it. Yeah, a lot went into getting that. There we go. Sweet. All right, let's grab a couple leaves and then we'll get to our terraforming. Beautiful. Sweet. All right, let me check in with the chat. You organize by color. You know, that's actually a really good idea because you might see some interesting like color combos that you might not have otherwise have seen. Does that sound right a little bit? Like if you just took a bunch of random blocks and put them in if they fall within kind of a greenish color space, you might see some really interesting opportunities to mix color. It's a good idea. I like that. Let's see. Do you normally stream around this time? What time is it? I was like, I don't know what time it is. Yes. So, okay. So back in the day, I used to stream every Saturday and Sunday, very regularly at this time. And then, like I said, around 2020 is when streaming became a little bit more difficult. Yes, this is when I usually stream around this time. But yeah, no, I really hope we're on like the right path to be able to do a bit more streaming and hang out with you guys because I love streaming very, very much, and we definitely don't get to do enough of it. But yeah. Have you guys guessed what my my main base this season is going to be? You know, I mentioned it in the first episode. I'm like, can you guess what I've been dreaming of for so long? When I turned on Minecraft for the first time, one of the first builds that came to my head was like, can I build this in Minecraft? And then I kind of made the name of my survival world kind of in line with that in hopes that I could do that. And then it never really came to fruition because it was like, there's not enough blocks. There's not enough. Oh, well, hello there, False. Hello, False. Well, hello there. Am I muted? I'm muted. Hello. False, hello.
No, hello, I can hear you.
Oh, hello, False. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. I like this root block, but we just don't get enough of it.
That's true. It's really difficult to farm, right? Because you got to plant a tree every time.
It's kind of exhausting, honestly.
Yeah, but it does look nice. I like this area, by the way. It's looking great.
Oh, thank you. Oh, by the way, are you selling copper?
I will be.
I saw some beans.
Oh, yeah. We got to sell the beans.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, I have an unquenched thirst for copper, False. I just can't get enough.
Oh, okay.
See, I could never sell copper, False. Like, I could just never part with it.
You would just use it all, yeah.
It's too beautiful. I cherish it, False. I cherish it.
Well, you once sold leaves, if I remember correctly, and even that was an odd one, right?
Yeah, I'm giving away my
leaves.
children.
Yeah, exactly. I know I couldn't sell leaves. I kind of want too many of them myself.
Do you need any leaves? I actually have more than I need of oak over here.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking a few.
Take what you need. I've got so many oak. I overdid it, False. I way overdid it.
Oh, wait.
I mean, I got this.
You didn't calculate how many you needed?
Oh, no. False, I had this hoe
it?
and I went crazy. I just absolutely went insane.
Okay. Well, wait, is it netherite?
Yeah.
Of course it is. Okay.
Dude, False, everybody needs a netherite hoe. This is the best underrated tool in the game.
You know what? I'll promise you. The first time I get netherite, I'll make my hoe netherite. How about that?
We're starting a trend. I love it.
There you go.
But yeah, take all the leaves you need. I've got way more oak than I need because I can't really use the oak because it's going to turn like weird colors if I build over here or if I build over there. So like this tree's like in like a spot where it's kind of green, but not. So.
Yeah. That's the only problem. Although I kind of like it. It makes it sort of more seasonal, but
that's true. Oh man, False, I wish we had seasonal Minecraft trees.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Anyway, I'm heading to the terracotta shop. So
there's a terracotta shop?
Apparently. My chat told me that Zuma has something, but I'm not sure.
Zuma!
Pigman bartering can give netherite
on? No,
hoe.
I don't know. I'm just shouting for no reason.
Hey, you never know. He might log on.
Yeah. Well, if you find a terracotta shop, let me know because I have 0 to my name.
Yeah. No, same.
I don't even know if we have a
mesa.
mesa.
I don't know where the mesa is. Yeah. Anyway, catch you later.
See you, False. Oh, I just started yawning like crazy. Oh man, get stop! Oh my gosh, it's not stopping. It's a continuous yawn. Oh, okay, we're back. Hello, we're back. All right, let me check on the chat. How are you guys doing? Raven Phoenix, Scar. Any chance you might start uploading your VODs to YouTube? Looking forward to the movie.
A really big storage room equals mega base D.
Let's see. Wait, what was that Regalist? Wait, hold on. I'm scrolling back. Really big storage room makes the mega base. It's a mega haunted mansion. That's what it would be. That's what it would be. Ow, I just pulled my neck. Oh, I just pulled my neck. X does have a terracotta shop. Sweet. But yeah, I someday do want to make sure I get all of my VODs up on YouTube for sure, because not everybody can make it out to the stream, or not everybody can watch a whole stream, but might want to while they're doing some chores or something like that, is some of the messages I get. So yeah, definitely will do that. I'm just I've been actually trying to get more help lately. So if we go back into the Scar machine, I was very, I don't know, I wouldn't say I was like controlling, but I like to do everything. I was just like to do the things my way, and I just wanted to just do it myself. And for the longest time, like I just did everything on my channel, like artwork. So all my original artwork was mine, like the old emotes and stuff. But then I started being like, I got to get over that. And then we got like Epic to make us just phenomenal emotes, and now I've even like started to have people like help with like editing and stuff for like the shorts and stuff like that. So when it comes to like the other channel, I might actually have help do some of that stuff, because at some point you just don't have enough time or energy to do anything. So yeah, I have been trying to like slowly move in that right direction of just getting more stuff done and stuff like that. But yeah, if you go to my channel, like YouTube channel, on the header at the top, I made that in 2014. it needs to get changed. Like that's something I need to have an artist take care of and be like, Scar, we're gonna make this look nice. It's on the list. I just have so little time and energy. It's that's kind of the drawback to getting stuff done, especially lately. Just so many things in my life that happened all at once. 2020 and 2021, just some awful stuff happened in my life, and then like COVID's just a pressure cooker on top of it, just to make it all worse. So it's like all this bad stuff, and then COVID's just like the pressure cooker that's like, I'm gonna make this so much worse. It's like, you don't need
Ask
to.
the Puaka for editing help. He does it for streams from Impuals.
Yeah, it's there's one thing that's difficult for me would be to edit Hermitcraft videos. That's something in that I have such a unique workflow for that honestly having somebody edit that would actually make it work. Like that would be harder. But for like long form things like, or short forms, like if you just need to like cut something up real short for a short, like that's super good to have somebody take care of and stuff like that. So that helps a ton there. There we go. Sweet. All right, I think we got enough leaves. I think we got enough. I told you this oh my gosh, it's one of the best things they've added to the game for sure. All right, let's grab a little wood. Boop. There we go. Sweet. All right, let's make some trees. Trees. Wonderful. Q&A Scar, what are the best rides at Disney World? Well, I have not been to Disney World in a very, very long time. But I do still know what the rides are. A lot of these rides actually I haven't been on yet. I'm more of a Disneylander myself. But some of the best rides would be Rise of the Resistance. I have not been able to go on that attraction yet. It was not open when I went to Disneyland in 2019 yet. Is it open delayed there? But anyway, so Rise of the Resistance, it's obviously it's a Star Wars ride in Galaxy's Edge. Another one I haven't been on is Flight of Passage in Pandora in Animal Kingdom. That's another one that people absolutely love. Let's see, what else do we got? Tower of Terror, like that's an oldie but a goodie. It still holds up. Like there's certain attractions, right, that show their age, and there's certain attractions that age like a fine wine. And Tower of Terror is most definitely an attraction that I hope lives on. I hope that attraction lives on forever. There's just something so beautiful about the ambiance and atmosphere that they were able to create in the courtyard to the lobby. It's just such a wonderful story too, because it's themed to the Twilight Zone. If you're familiar with the older black and white show of the past, but it's not based specifically on an episode. It's based on a unique episode made for the ride, and that's what I love about it. That's what I love about a lot of the older attractions, especially that era of Imagineering, with like Tony Baxter and stuff, is that they took things like Star Wars, they took things like Indiana Jones, Twilight Zone and stuff like that, and made very unique theme park centric takes on those properties, which I thought was really cool. Unlike say certain other attractions that might be more of a book report style. So like Little Mermaid, it's a fun ride, I enjoy it, but it's more of a book report. You're just kind of like following along the movie and that's about it. But with Star Tours, they took Star Wars and made like a really interesting way of getting you into the story. Or Indiana Jones has some elements from the movies, but it's a unique story. Mara, the temple and stuff like that. That's what I love about that era of Imagineering and how they were able to create those really unique properties. But let's see. So you have Tower of Terror. I haven't been on it, obviously. Mickey's Runaway Railroad. That looks like a really cool attraction. I tend to not like the super heavy media-based attractions, but this looks like media attraction done very, very well. So I'm quite excited to someday experience that attraction at Disneyland. Let's see. Okay, so there's Runaway Railroad. You can fill in the blanks for other attractions that you enjoy. And then of course at Magic Kingdom you have all the classics. You got Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, things along those lines. But those are some of the big ones that I would say you wouldn't want to miss. Fast forward maybe post Labor Day, Guardians of the Galaxy is going to open at Epcot. And for a roller coaster, that looks pretty cool. I think that's going to be a wild ride. How it costs $500 million, I still not 100% sure, but it does look cool. And then Tron is going to open someday at the Magic Kingdom. That's actually the attraction that I'm most excited about. I really hope that I would be able to ride that. I don't know if I can or not, but it just looks like a really fun ride. I definitely couldn't sit in the seat that moves you forward, but in Shanghai, the attraction has 2 seats on the back on like one train that sits you in more of a traditional seating form. And I was like, I could do that. I could do that. I'm like, I want to ride that ride. I want to ride that ride, because when I designed roller coasters, like as a kid, when I was designing them, everything always involves some form of flying. And that ride looks as close as you're going to get to flying, like sitting like that. Oh, it's really cool. Let's see, Q&A Scar, how are you feeling? Excuse me, healing well? It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster of healing. As I said before, it was kind of like you get out of surgery and you're like, in this case, I was intubated for some time. And then you start recovering. Like when you get the tube out, there's like an instant like, whoof, like we're on the right road, right? You're starting to feel good. And then you kind of get hit with like, okay, all right, there's like a certain level of like placebo of just like getting the tube out and being like, I'm so much better. And then it kind of hits you again. You're like, whew, not really. So there's that level, and then you're still in the hospital, and they give you they're giving you your drugs, your pain medicine, or they're giving you anti-nausea medicine, and then they send you home without any of that, and then you're like in a disaster for a while, and then you kind of get better, and then there's this level of and I've seen this before, I've felt this before, and I've had doctors talk about it, is that some people experience like a certain level of like depression or something like that can kind of hit you a little bit post anesthesia, especially for people who've had very prolonged level of being on anesthesia. So my surgery was about 5 hours, and then I was sedated somewhat for about 4 days. Awake, but kind of sedated, like there was sedation, but I was mostly awake. Let's see, you didn't mention the best rum. Rum, actually, I'm curious which there's 2. I have 2 salty attractions in my head. I'm curious which one you mean. But anyway, but yeah, then they're kind of dealt with that for a while, and then the tube, my new tube itself, the new J tube, is extremely painful. And it's very on and off. It's very strange. Like I could say I could take the tube itself and it's extremely painful and like move it slightly, and then the pain instantly stops, and it's like, okay, what does that mean? How does manipulation of the tube make the pain instantly disappear? There's very rare does a pain ever instantly subside, right? A lot of times if you take pain medicine, it slowly goes away and stuff like that. In my experience, it very rarely instantly turns off. So the only time I've ever really experienced that was like a blood patch. But yeah, so that's, I think what's going on is that the tube itself, so there's a balloon that inflates inside the intestine that holds it. So tube goes in, balloon fills, and that means it can't be pulled out. That balloon itself can then get lodged into the track that the tube flows through, and then it expands that track and becomes extremely painful. And I think that's what it is. It's called like buried bumper syndrome, I believe. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going on there. I'm pretty sure it's very uncomfortable. So I think that's what's going on, but I am on the road to recovery. It's just, sometimes it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but we're definitely going in the right direction. We're definitely going the right direction. And the site that they opened up to clear out, it's almost healed. It's still open, but it's almost healed. So we're changing dressings every 2 times a day on that. So we're getting there. We're getting progress on it. it's just a long road. That was a brutal year of shenanigans. That's all I can say is shenanigans. And you know, it's tough too, because in a lot of ways, a lot of it could have been prevented. And I think that's what kind of annoys my mom and I, is like, so much of this could have been prevented if doctors would have maybe took it more seriously or gave it a second look, something like that, right? If they just would have given it more attention at the beginning and not dismissed it, I most likely wouldn't be in this position right now, or had been in such a bad position. I am substantially better, but yeah, it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. It's because, you know, when I went to the hospital the first time with it, and they were so like dismissive of it.
Continue
It's
to
like,
take that step forward is proof of your strength.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know when somebody's being like super fake nice. That's kind of how they were at the hospital. They're like, oh, you know, yeah, oh my gosh, like it's fine, yeah, it's great. Da, da, da. It's like, I instantly like, this is odd. And then, am I at a moss? Oh, a man at a moss is no man at all. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It just bothers me that they could have prevented something, because even for them, right? Even for them, like, why do you want more work? If you would have properly given me the antibiotics in the first place, you would have avoided me taking up hospital beds, ICU beds, surgical whatevers. The amount of work that my doctor had to go through to be able to schedule my surgery during the peak of Omicron was insane, because the entire surgery department, 100 people in the surgery department the week before I was due to have my surgery were out sick. And the amount of work that they had to do to like fit it in, because it wasn't like it was a full-on emergency surgery, but it was an emergent surgery that needed to happen very soon. So they were kind of like, it has to kind of happen. And I'm just thinking, like, you guys wouldn't have had to done all of this if you would have got that antibiotics sorted out originally. Could have avoided all that, you know? Could have avoided that. Could have avoided that. So, yeah. Anyway. Q&A Scar, will MCC stream happen? Oh, of course I'll stream MCC. And most likely we'll be doing a little bit of practice stream tomorrow, which will be really, really fun. Yeah, MCC is going to be a whole new experience, and I am quite looking forward to it. Also looking forward to meeting people. I think that'll be fun. That'll be a fun thing with it is meeting people. That'll be cool. What's your favorite Bowie song?
What's your favorite Bowie song?
Starman, Mars, or Major Tom. Space Odyssey. Maybe Space Odyssey. Maybe Space Odyssey. Dream Slayer 2.0. I didn't know about that story till this week. Grant told me that. Oh, I had a hoot and a holler over that story. Oh, that was so funny. I didn't know about the Dream Slayer till now. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, so fun. Oh, so fun. So fun. Sorry, I'm good. Whew. I'm good. Yeah, I think Space Odyssey, it's a tough one. You almost cried when you heard that was an MCC. Oh, that's cool. I hope those will be good tears when I'm actually playing and we're not. I'm trying to say is I hope you're not crying in just utter sadness when you see how bad I am, but you know, we'll see. Continue Dream's legacy. No, I'm not much of a PvPer. I'm not much of a PvPer. Look at this. I think this looks nice. So one thing I find very nice about, well, trying to make lemons out of lemonade here. You see how the green here is, you know, more of a natural green in Minecraft, and that, well, not all of it's really natural, but this green here, and then it transitions into this one. See how these all three kind of blend together to kind of add like a nice tapestry? I think it looks pretty cool. Let's see. Do you think there'll be a Last Life Season 3? Maybe. We definitely haven't ruled it out for sure. I think with it, Green always wants to mix it up and try something a little different each time. So if something hits him like, oh, that's a good idea, we'll probably do it. But yeah, right now we're kind of focusing on Hermitcraft, but I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it as long as there's something, you know, unique and different. I think that's what's fun about it, is that each time we've done it, it's been unique and different.
What MCC event do you think is your best, worst, and which one are you looking forward to most?
I definitely think that I could do Build Mart fairly well. So that's one. The Flying Trident game looks extremely fun. Now, Green told me like everybody's kind of good at that one. So that's a really tough one. Probably some of the worst ones for me would be either like parkour or like extreme parkour, or some kind of PvP. My PvP skills haven't always been terrible, but they're definitely not very refined right now. I haven't been doing many PvP things as of the last few years, so anything PvP is going to be a little bit rusty. Like, I really haven't done any PvP in a long time, so that'd be a little bit rusty. Flying, things like that, I am fairly good at. Puzzles are kind of hit or miss. Like, my brain's just wired weird where I can see things that other people don't always, but then like very like simple and like easy to do things for most people, I'm just like, whoo wee. It's just the way my brain's wired. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for it. I asked G the other day. I was like, do you think there's gonna be like new stuff this time? And he said there very well could be. So we'll just have to wait and see. I asked if they announced the games ahead of time. He said no. So I'm trying to learn. Like, I'm trying to ask questions. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to learn. Let's see, Rascal. I've never watched MCC before, so I'm excited to stream. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun thing for the channel, and I think people will really enjoy watching it. What I love about what they do with MCC, and I think this is extremely smart, is that they keep the competition to what, 2 hours or something. I think that is really, really smart, because a lot of similar competitions can like drag for so long, and like, you know, the content creator streamers like it's like we're like 4 hours in, or like, but 2 hours is like perfect. I think that's like a perfect amount of time. At least I think that's the case. For MCC pros out there, let me know. So yeah, keeping it short, and then everything is like, I don't know, just the way that they present everything, the games and stuff, it's just so well done. It's so impressive. So yeah, super excited. Let's see. 2 hours is correct. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I remember. Oh, 2 to 3. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. 2 to 3 with breaks. I see. Yeah, they're very smart and clever with the way they use their time in that. And I think a lot of things, non-Minecraft, Minecraft, I think a lot of things sometimes go a little too long. And then it gets a little repetitive. So keeping it short and concise like that, I think is perfect. And it's good for me too, because streaming past that, I start getting very, very tired. There we go. Sweet. All right, let's start incorporating some grass into it. So this is how we take it to the next level here. We start adding a little bit of grass, and you can see how we're starting to build up that texture level. Looks nice, right? Looking good. We can maybe even go a little bit wild here and even add a couple of these blocks here. Look at that. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. Look at that. Look at the depth. That's beautiful. Are you gonna play the new Star Wars game? It might very well be my first Lego game. Oh my gosh. Am I gonna bring up my like sad childhood memories? I'm gonna have to. I had this Lego game when I was a kid, and it never worked on our computer. And I can't tell you how many times I put it in the CD-ROM in just hopes. Oh, Lilo and Stitch win. Oh, Lilo and Stitch. Someday, Riz. But I actually have a plan, because I actually have a plan for Lilo, or Lilo, or Kylo, or whatever its name is. I have a plan. I do. But I used to put it in there, and this is like 5 or 6 year old me. I'm like, maybe it'll work this time if the computer tries real hard. If the computer tried real hard this time, it'll work. And it never did. I've been spiteful to Lego games ever since. But the Skywalker Saga actually looks really cool. So I definitely want to try it out. It looks fun.
Hype train, hype train, have a hype.
I just remembered. Have I talked about this? I don't think I've talked about this. I played through The Witcher, and I have got to say, The Witcher Wild Hunt is probably one of my favorite games. Like, it's definitely in maybe the top 5 of my favorite games of all time. I love that game. It was a perfect game to play when I'm recovering from surgery and stuff. I put like 170 hours into it, but I can't believe I've never played it up until now. And I said something very controversial to my friend. I'm like, it's better than Skyrim. And I thought my friend was going to die. I think I may have killed him. I haven't actually heard back from him in a while. I think he's mad at me, honestly. But yeah, no, I absolutely loved The Witcher. I don't know. I just had so much fun playing that game. I thought there's just, what was good about that game was that the world feels so lived in, and then the characters are so like flushed out, and there's a lot to them. Whereas, I guess if I were to give, it's hard to even compare Skyrim to Witcher, because there's a decent time difference between them. So, you know, the hardware had gotten better and this and that in that time frame. And so, like, graphics, I'm not really going to compare the two. And maybe it's not even a fair comparison in a way, because The Witcher's more, in my opinion, focused on story, and Skyrim's really focused on like level progressions and building your character and kind of exploring and stuff. Does that make sense? But anyway, I absolutely loved it. It was so fun. So I'm not sure that's a super fair comparison, to be honest with you. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Novigrad was a lot of good inspiration for Minecraft, and so was the place with the wine. I'm playing through the DLC right now. I can't remember what it's called. The place with the wine. That place is also really good for inspiration for Minecraft, for sure. I do really like I finished the other DLC, the one with the demon fella. That was a really good story. It didn't have as much like content, I think, than the wine world or whatever it's called. The one they just can't get enough wine on the. It's like Blood and Wine or Stone and Wine. But the one with the demon guy, that was a really good story, and that dude was scary. Oh, I find things like that to be far scarier than any kind of gore, like more like psychological things like that. That was really scary. Heart of Stone, yeah. That guy was a little bit scary. Don't play that at like 1 a.m.
Happy season 9, dude.
Don't do it. 50 Pumpkin, thank you so much for the bits. Very much appreciated. Very much. It's good to see you. But yeah, I love that game. That was fun. So I was thinking, oh, dude, CD Projekt Red, man, what else did they make? And then I'm like, oh, Cyberpunk looks a little messy. It looked a little messy, man. You guys can make another Witcher game. How about you make a Witcher game? Would you make a Witcher game?
Q&A. Hi Scar. So glad to see you streaming. My partners and I are going to Disneyland for my B-Day. What would you recommend looking out for?
Oh, well, first of all, happy early birthday. So what to look out for? Well, it's a pet. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, make sure you spend some time exploring Galaxy's Edge. There's so many fun little things to see and do there. So that's number one. And number two, like, enjoy some of the older things like the Tiki Room, like stuff like that sometimes people like bypass, but it's such like amazing charm. Like the Tiki Room is awesome. So things like that, I always say, like, if you have a little extra time, like, you know, get some air conditioning, take the load off your feet, enjoy the Tiki Room, get yourself a Dole Whip. That is always a good time for sure. Just sometimes the older attractions sometimes get missed, and I think there's a lot of value in those rides. My favorite ride at Disneyland is
My
Indiana
brother
Jones.
Owen is a big fan and introduced me to your channel. It's his B-Day next week and there might be some swag and merch heading his way.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, let Owen know. It's a big happy birthday for me, and yeah, I hope he enjoys his swag merch. That's awesome. That's awesome. You've been holding tight on that for a little while. That's cool. I always like that when people are like, I've been holding on to this for somebody's birthday. It's like, but it's been months. That's cool. That's cool. I really enjoyed the swag and merch. That was a lot of work, but it's I think it was very worth it in the end. Getting that all figured out, because it took a while to really, like, I created these massive like storyboards of like colors, what I want, examples, and worked with the artist for a while to get exactly what I wanted, and then some revisions and this and that, and then in the end, I think it was cool. I think we made something fun. Every time I do it, I always try to improve it, and I hope that it got better. Turned out lovely. Oh, thank you, Iris. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just I always like to improve that. Doing like merch runs is so much fun.
Awesome. Less than 3.
It's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite things about YouTube is like creating an actual like thing that you can hold. Like, it's just fun to have something like that. It's really an enjoyable experience for me to create stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys have any more Q&A questions, hashtag Q&A as we continue to moss up the ground here. Look how much better that's looking. It's looking nice. Oh, Kenobi talk. Hello, Rascal. All right, Kenobi talk. Oh, dude, I was so excited when Kenobi came out that I think the start of the trailer was magic. First of all, that music is just magical that plays, and you can see Obi-Wan just kind of walking on that like anteater fella, a big anteater, super anteater, and it's just like, it's such, you see the suns in the background. It's just so beautiful. It's just such a beautiful shot. The Inquisitor's headquarters is really, really cool looking. Like, that is awesome looking. The way they designed that. Of course, I get it. I know the Inquisitor, the one Inquisitor looks a little not like he did in some of the...
have to get back to work. Don't know how much I'll be able to stay tuned, but wanted to say it's great to see you doing well and hope you have a good rest of your day.
Oh, Kaz, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day too. Thank you so much for coming out. But yeah, I know the lead Inquisitor, like the head champion Inquisitor. That was the one thing I was a little disappointed that it wasn't the Lucius Malfoy actor, Isaac something or other. I forgot his full name, because he voiced the character and looks like the character. And I was like, dang it. I was like, I don't know, maybe he retired, maybe he just wasn't interested. But if Lucasfilm was like, nah, we just don't want him, I'm like, I was like, angry Scar here. I don't know, that Inquisitor was the only thing it got me a little like, he has a round head. He's supposed to have like a certain kind of head. But anyway, it looks really good. What's his name? Ian McGregor. Look at that. I remembered an actor or actress's name for the first time. Yeah, he looked absolutely fantastic. The new Inquisitor, she's like doing some slides with the red lightsaber. Owen, he looks super grumpy, so that's perfect. Luke doing the pod racer. Oh, that was really cool. And Luke was up there with like the pod racer. It's not spoilers, it's a trailer. It's public knowledge. Let's see, what else? What else from that trailer was cool? I don't know. Something about the Inquisitor's headquarters was just really cool looking. Did you see the Imperial shuttle parked in the bay there? That was nice. I hope we see Darth Vader's castle at some. I know we will. We have to, right? There's no way we're not going to see Darth Vader's castle, right? Come on, it has to happen, right? I would love to see that. It has to happen, right? That'd be cool. That would be cool. But I'm trying to think. What there's something else in that trailer. There's something else. Like it's the tip of my tongue. I'm like, there's something from that trailer. Oh, the city. The city that was like kind of inspired by like Tokyo is really cool with all those lights. It looked a lot. Okay, here's something. Let's go deep here. We're going deep. Did you guys ever see the test footage from a TV show that George Lucas was going to make? It was supposed to take place in like the underworld of Coruscant. And there was some test footage that went out. That city looked a lot like it, especially the way like the Inquisitor was walking down the street with the stormtroopers behind him. And I was like, there we go. Maybe we'll get like a little homage to this series that George never got made. So I thought that was really kind of cool to see that city. I think it looks visually very nice, and it's cool that we're gonna go off of Tatooine. Not that I hate Tatooine or anything, but we've had a lot of Tatooine. We've had a lot of desert. So seeing some of the other planets like got me super excited. I'm like, that's cool. Like that's gonna be exciting. That's a little too close to that route. I might actually detract from it. I want to put in our tree here. Let's do a tree. Actually, we can just do like a small tree. Let's do like a real leany tree. Yeah, let's do a leany tree. Oh, the Star Wars game too, the 1313 that got canceled too. Yeah, that was another one. Disney canceled that right when they bought Lucasfilm, which was like, come on, guys. That's when they gave the contract to EA, and it was like, EA mishandled that so badly. I mean, yeah, we got Fallen Order, but could you imagine you have the Star Wars franchise and you make like 2 or 3 games with it in all those years? It's like, come on, guys, what are you doing? You have the Star Wars franchise of all things. Of all things, you're like, yeah, I think two games are probably fine. Yeah, Fallen Order was one of my favorite games, but man, they really kind of dropped the ball on that one. They kind of did. But yeah, I'm very excited for Kenobi. Book of Boba Fett, like I saw somebody ask that. It was okay. It is okay. It wasn't my favorite. It just felt a little disjointed. I think that's the best way I could say what my feelings were on Boba Fett. It felt like it felt a little disjointed at times. Some story choices that were, I think maybe more taste dependent. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of the mods. Like the mods are, I can live with the mods, but I can never live with, and I will never live with, is the bikes. Will not ever accept the bikes as being canon in Minecraft, in Star Wars. How do you take like a desert planet like Tatooine, and then you've got these shiny like Power Ranger bikes? It's just like, yeah, I don't know. That I can do. The mods felt a little goofy at times, but I can live with it. It's probably fine. But but I still to this day can't get over how goofy those bikes were. I guess now I'm just getting angry over it. There's a scene when Boba and Fennec are walking and those bikes are behind him, and I think they were meant for it to be like this really menacing scene, and I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, are you kidding me? What is this? What am I watching? What have I tuned into? It just felt so out of universe. I think that's my main issue, is that it just doesn't feel in universe. And you could go as far as say that maybe that would fit well on Coruscant, and I could agree with you on that one. But on Tatooine, where do they clean these things? Do they have like their own like guy out there detailing them every time they get a little bit of dust on them? I'm like, I don't know. It's just a weird choice. Such a weird choice. Such a weird choice. And then the back end of it, the what was it, like 7 and 6? Those episodes were the best episodes, but they weren't Boba Fett. I don't know. Boba Fett was okay. I kind of think of it as like not a great pizza, but it's pizza, so you still eat it and enjoy it. It's kind of how I see it. It's like even a bad pizza is a good pizza. But yeah, I don't know. There's just some goofy things in there that I kind of wonder in a way of like, what went on behind the scenes to make some of these story choices? It's kind of curious. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, there's good parts. Like, I guess for me, this is a little bit of a spoiler for episode 2, but when this is a bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen it. So give me a time.
Thank you for keeping us informed when you were in hospital. She is a star.
Jay, I definitely will. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. It's very nice of you. So yeah, quick little spoiler here. In episode 2, they introduced the villain. Well, which I thought was the villain was going to be the Hutt. And I'm like, no, the Hutts. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this show is going to be epic. Like the Hutts are so cool, right? And then they come out with the Wookiee, and I'm like, no, the Wookiee. Like, I literally shouted. I was so excited. I was like, Wookiee. And he looks so menacing. Like his hair, everything was perfect. And I'm like, oh, so this is what the show's going to be about. The Hutts trying to take back Tatooine. Oh, this is going to be so cool. And then in the second episode, the Hutts are like, nah, man. I'm like, where are you going? And then the fact is, like, when the Hutts went to Jabba's old palace, they reused the animation from episode 2. It's literally the same animation. And I'm like, you just recycled the same animation. And then, you know, Croissant, whatever his name is, you know, like he does this scene where he's like beating him up or whatever, and then there's the whole thing about like, why did Boba Fett of all things get a robe and not a gun? It's like, but then like when he lets Croissant walk away, right? Croissant like does this really like awkward hustle into the desert, and I'm like, is this a joke? And then I'm like, okay, all right, fine. All right, you just gave up the best villain possible, but maybe you have some other ideas. And I'm not going to spoil any more, but if people haven't seen it yet, but okay, one last spoiler. I have to spoil. I'm sorry. I'm passionate here. But they made up the villain of the series be the Pikes. They're really boring. You had the Hutts, and how are the Hutts scarier than the Pikes? Like, maybe they are if you were to say like, okay, these statistics, like the Pikes have this and that, and they've got this like really flashy ship and they have all this power. But like from like a standpoint of just seeing maybe not the comics or a lot of the books, nothing seems scary. Whoa, what is that? Pearl? Scared the living scars out of me. Lucasfilm was coming after me for criticizing the bikes. Anyway, but like, what the heck is that? But yeah, I don't know. The Pikes just
Gotta sleep, have an amazing stream, and take the time to take care after yourself.
I appreciate that. But yeah, it's just the I don't know. To me anyway, that's how I felt. It was okay. I watched every episode. I enjoyed it. I just thought, man, the Pikes were a boring villain. Just boring villain. They could have had the Hutts. That would have been so fun. The Hutts are a really fun character. And I also felt I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going just because I'm just gonna rant. I felt like then they didn't really utilize, like they could have made the Pikes scary or more menacing or whatever. They really didn't. So in the end, it was okay. Boba Fett was Boba Fett, and I don't know. It was okay. I am looking forward to Kenobi, and I think Mando season 3 is gonna be
Scar,
the bee's
what do you
knees.
think about the complete Lego Star Wars game that's finale being released on the 5th of April?
Oh,
I
I'm
think so, at
pumped for that.
least.
We just talked about my sad trials of Lego games in the past, so hopefully we'll redeem some Lego games where one will actually work and I'll enjoy it. So yeah, no, I'm excited for that one. I am excited for that one. Let's just hope those bikes don't show up. Let's hope those bikes don't show up. So I'm very tough with my scores. So take that. So if I give something what seems to be a really low score, it's because I generally give things like, I feel like everybody always gives everything a 7. Like no matter what it is, food, this, whatever. Like I would give, I loved Mandalorian. Like I absolutely loved it. And I'd give it an 8. I give it an 8 or a 7, and I absolutely loved it. And I would give Boba Fett in my scoring, how I score things. I'd give it a 4.5. It was okay. Enjoyed it. I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. It's Star Wars. Like I said, even a burnt pizza is good, and that's how I thought of it. So yeah, I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. It's on the Scar rating scale. It's just such, I would love to know. I just love to be a fly on the wall on the people who made that, because why was why was 6 and 7? Was it 6 and 7 or 5 and 6? Why were those so different from the rest of the show? I'm going full spoilers. When Mando shows up, I'm just too fired up here. When Mando shows up, that episode is fantastic. That planet that he's on, that circular planet, oh, whoever designed that, can I give them a medal? That was fantastic. And then Mando like having trouble with the saber, I thought that was really cool too. I like the little fight that they had down in the catawalks. The catawalks? I don't think that's even a word. Oh, and then the starfighter, we've gone full. At this point, we've gone full spoilers. I'm sorry, we're never going back. And then to see the Naboo fighter, like I love that. That was great. But then the Boba Fett stuff, I don't know. It just felt like then I was watching a different show again, like on the finale. Like a completely different tone, vibe. It almost felt like there was even different editing. I wouldn't even be surprised if they just pulled, like Mando season 3 episodes to fill in Boba Fett. Maybe they needed some extra content, because if you watched some of the Boba Fett episodes, there's a particular style of editing, color, kind of even acting, and then when you hit that Mando episode, there's different color grading, there's different editing style. Like it's just a different show. It's so weird. That's why I would love to be a fish on the wall. Wow, we must be at 2 hours. I'm starting to like lose my mind. But a fly on the wall, because I'm like, what happened in there? Because these are different. These are very different episodes. And I'm not kidding. The color grading and the editing is very, very different between those episodes. So that's why I'm like, what's going on here? I'm very intrigued, honestly. I'm very intrigued. It's not the best tree in the world, but I like it. I could use a little bit more up at the top, but it's looking nice. It's nice. Yeah, I think that's nice. Let's grab some flowers. And then we shall add a bit more on the top. Hello, flowers, where are you? I know I've got a ton of them. There we go, sweet. But yeah, what do you guys think? For people who've watched Boba Fett, what did you think? What did you think? Are you like me that, there was some good, there was some bad, or did you love it? Did you hate it? Like, where are you at on it? All opinions are welcome. But yeah, I'm kind of like I like that. Didn't like that too much, but that's kind of how I am about everything. I always try to find the good in it. Even if I don't like something, I'm like, all right, let me find some good in this. Let me find some good. But yeah, I'm just always I'm just so, that the whole deal about the editing, the color grading, and the tone are so much different in those other episodes that I'm like, were these episode 3 of Mando? Or were these supposed to be episode 3? If I wanted to go full spoil, just all ultimate spoilers here, I am a little bit disappointed that they reunited Baby Yoda and Mando in the way that they did. Because I feel like it takes a little bit of the emotion of the finale episode
couldn't
away.
get immersed enough to do some of the things you pointed out that didn't seem right.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I also, on the point I was just mentioning too, was like with Baby Yoda, I feel like how emotional it was to see Baby Yoda go, he came back too soon. So I wouldn't have reunited them that soon. If I was them in the story group, I would have said that if they were going to do the reuniting of Baby Yoda, I would have done it at least halfway through season 3 of Mando, or at the end. Give it a little bit of time to like build up that tension. And I thought that, I liked the episode. I thought they did a good job on showing like Mando kind of down on his luck, and then going into that next episode with Luke and everything. But I don't know. I felt like there could have been they could have extended out that a little bit to give it more of a punch. But that's just me being extremely nitpicky. That I admit 100%. That's just me being major nitpicky Scar. But just story wise, that maybe would have played that a little bit different, just a little bit. But I mean, we're all happy that Baby Yoda's in that cockpit, right? Like, come on. that was the most perfect thing for him. That was the most perfect thing. Oh, look at that tree. That's a nice little tree. I like it. It's a goofy tree. People make trees way too perfect, in my opinion. Like, trees are goofy and weird and have weird spots and weird like curves and stuff. Do you ever find that in Minecraft? Sometimes people make them too perfect. It's one thing if you're making a manicured trees for like a specific thing, but if you're making natural trees in more of a natural environment, sometimes people make them too uniformed and perfect. You gotta make them a little goofy. Make your trees goofy. You heard it from me. Make your trees goofy. Make them a little bit goofy. Trees do have personality. That's right. Where I live, all the trees are like this. It's like the trunk, and they're all bent over from wind. Make a swing. That's a good idea. Goofy trees. It's important. It's important, I say. But I am, I am excited for Kenobi, as we've talked about. I am very excited for Andor. That's one, I've said this, you could go back for a long time in the Scar streams. I've said for a long time, I think that's going to be a sleeper hit. A lot of people have been sleeping on this series for a while. I really think it's going to be a good one. I have very good feelings about it. Plus, I really want to see more of the Empire, because we got like a glimpse of the Empire in Rogue One, and in a lot of the films, from the 3, 4, 5, wait, no, 4, 5, and 6. We saw the Empire. We saw, of course, the Death Stars and all that stuff, but we didn't see what they were like on planets. We didn't really see how they interacted a lot with the populace. We knew they, obviously blew up a planet and everything, but seeing them kind of be bad guys was cool in Rogue One. You kind of got to see a little bit of how they worked and interacted. So I think we'll get to see a lot of that in Andor. So I don't know. I'm very excited for Andor. I can't wait till we get a trailer for that, because I think it's gonna be good. There's a lot of episodes, and a lot of the talent on it is very, very good. So I'm excited for it. Will we see Omega soon? I don't know. I'm not sure what their plans are with Omega, honestly. That's an interesting character. I like the character. The character got definitely way better as it went through the series. So I'm excited to kind of see where they take it, but I don't know where they're going to take that character. Not sure. Bad Batch is most likely delayed as far as I've been told. I should look into it, see if I can see any like release dates. I haven't looked for a little bit, but somebody told me it was delayed. let's see. What are your opinions on Power Rangers? I never watched Power Rangers as a kid. Just never got into it. Eclipse. God, we're never getting Eclipse. That was the most Star Wars thing I've ever seen, and we're not getting that. That game will never come out. Are you a Marvel fan? I'm a very casual Marvel fan. I get way too deep in Star Wars. Like, I am as deep in the weeds as you can possibly get. But Marvel, I'm such a casual fan. Like, I like everything. I'm like, oh, that was good. And then, like, serious Marvel people are like, okay, well, see, this is how it goes. And they had the curves, and then the lines, and then this is how the powers works. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. So I'm like a casual when it comes to Marvel, and then a try hard when it comes to Star Wars. Have I read any Star Wars books? I've actually read my first Star Wars book prior to my surgery. I read Thrawn, the new Thrawn, the canon version of Thrawn, and now I have Heir to the Empire. I have that book now, so I'm going to read that one, the non-canon one. So I'm excited to read those. Heir to the Empire looks so good. When I was a kid, my brother had it, but I was too young to read, so I just looked at the picture on the front. So I just looked at the picture on the front, but I really enjoyed Thrawn. I haven't gotten any other ones. Some people told me they weren't good and don't bother, and I'm like, oh, dang, just kind of looking forward to that. So I'll probably get them eventually, maybe, but I haven't yet. I actually just finished Jurassic Park. I never read Jurassic Park, and I was like, dang, the book is really good. Like, there's a lot of detail in Jurassic Park. Like, their kind of made up genetic stuff was really interesting. How the park operates was fascinating because as a kid, I'll be honest with you, wasn't really that interested in the dinosaurs. I was interested in park operations. As a kid, like, all I wanted to ever do was work at Disneyland and be an Imagineer and stuff like that. So Jurassic Park, the park, is all I cared about. I was like, gosh, these dinosaurs, like, they're such a pain. All I want to know is how these vehicles actually work. What's the mechanics under these vehicles that makes them ride on this track? Like, what kind of track are they using? Huh? Are they using limbs? Are they using linear induction motors to make these things go? Or is the vehicles driving themselves? These are all the questions I had as a young child. And thankfully, the book has a ton of detail that I was actually very excited to know. So yeah, I love the Jurassic Park book. If you haven't seen it and you like Jurassic Park the movie, highly recommend it. It is a little different. The characters are a little different. Hammond's a little bit of a grouch. He's a bit of a different guy. Like, I would say in Jurassic Park, he's kind of like a jovial, kind of Walt Disney-like guy. And in the books, he's different. He's a different kind of guy. But who else is different? There's obviously other characters. There's other characters in the books that I think are good too, that I kind of wish were in the movie. But obviously, movie, you know, give a runtime and stuff like that. You can't have it all. But yeah, I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a book, Jurassic Park is great. Spared no expense. I thought those scenes in the movie were better than in the book. Like, the way that they portrayed, like, you know, spared no expense, or the reveal of the dinosaurs. That in the movie, that is pure gold. Like, the way that they did those scenes. Oh, wonderful scenes. But yeah, the book's very good. I really enjoyed it. The kids honestly got a little annoying in the book, but never were really, in my opinion, annoying in the movie at all. Just got a little too much maybe in the book. But going through the flying dinosaur exhibit, which the Tyrannosaurus, not Tyrannosaurus, but Stegosaurus. No, why am I messing up my dinosaur names? As I told you, I was more interested in the park. But it was so interesting, that scene when they were talking about why the what are the flying dinosaurs called? I completely forgot. But why it's not working? Like, the way they're attacking the buildings and they're pooping like crazy. There's just so much poop everywhere. There's just, you're swimming in poop. That was weird. That was the weirdest thing I've said in a while. Just swimming in poop. But yeah, it's just very interesting. I really enjoyed that book. Peridon? I'm just gonna mispronounce it. We're at 2 hours. I'm obviously gonna mispronounce everything. What else? Anything else from the books I thought was cool? Yeah, that's good. I liked it. I liked it. Still like the movie, obviously, but I thought the book was a really fun compliment to all the times I've watched Jurassic Park growing up. So that was cool. Yeah, it's true. They are not dinosaurs. All right, there we go. Sweet. That looks fantastic.
I've been watching your YouTube videos since season 6. Keep up it. You have brightened many of my days.
Squasher, thank you so much for that. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Season 6. Wow. It seems like just yesterday, but so very long ago. What do you guys think? Let's back up a little bit and let's take a little peek here. This is why I want an elytra, but I don't want an elytra yet. It's like I want an elytra, but I also don't want an elytra yet. Sometimes it's nice to have your feet planted on the ground. You see things from a different perspective. How are we doing? How are we looking here? This looks good. This tree looks a little flat on the top, so I might give it a little pop. This tree over here, I'd love to add a little extra something to it. Just like maybe in the shadow areas, if I could like add something a little darker to it, just to give it like a little bit of love. But yeah, look at that. I think that's looking really nice. Yeah, that's the vision that I had in my head. Obviously, I built this tree way too big, but I did it for a purpose. I knew this build would take multiple days to make. Day 1, it took 5 days to make. Or was it like 4 or 5? It might have taken 4 or 5 days. I put 22 hours. Maybe it was more. Was it 20? No, it was 26 in the end. 26 hours to build this tree day 1. But it's worth it because I have a lot of plans for the interior. And I wanted to make sure that it had a good shell. So we had a good starting point for, you know, building the Cookie Empire to building everything that we want to do in here. Look at these. Look at these guys. Look at those ears. Look at those ears on there. That looks fantastic. Oh, by the way, man, I wish there was better ways of getting villagers with the different outfits, right? Like there's so many cool villagers with like the hamburger villager or the swamp villager or the savannah villager has like that red outfit. It's really cool. But I always have just the standard
Dino
villagers.
DNA.
Bio DNA. Is that Boy Guna? Oh, there he is. There's Boy Guna. Hello, Boy Guna. How are you doing? How are you doing over there? There we go. I think that's looking super nice. Very, very, very much. Very, very happy with this now. This looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. There we go. There we go, my friends. I
with dyed leather armor. It would give it a purpose.
I'll let you change your villagers with dyed leather. Oh, dude, that's a good idea. I like that. Yeah, dyed leather. That would be really cool. Yeah, because there's cool Minecraft villager like, you know, outfits, but it's hard to get them. It's like, does that make, like for you guys, like for your villagers, like you might have for something, like you probably have the standard villagers, don't you? We need the unique ones. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming out. And as I said before, like I hope to get to the point where I'm kind of up and running again more, you know, where we're able to stream again more often. Probably going to stream tomorrow. We're going to do the MCC host or practice tomorrow. I am doing the Hermitcraft stream day this Sunday. I think I'm taking False's spot. False couldn't stream, so I'm doing that. So yeah, we have a couple streams coming up, so that'll be really fun. Build wise, we're going to do the interior very soon. Great and I are working on a big villager project, so that'll be cool. And then we're getting like Tango to do this like whole mechanism on top. So it's like this cool like project between Tango and Green and myself. And maybe we'll even bring more people into it to make it even better. So that'll be cool. And yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for the support over the last the last months, even last year. It was super tough. And your guys' support really helped me get through it. So I very much appreciate that. And for everybody who subscribed, resubscribed, thank you so much for the support. And of course, all the bits I'm still dodging, I'm still weaving. And if you're new around here, make sure you hit that follow button right now. Hit that follow button. And if you're a regular for years and years and years, thank you so much for all those continued support. And let's take this fun and let's show some love and support to someone else on Twitch. Let's see who is actually streaming out there. And we'll send this raid on over there. If you're not familiar with that, we all kind of head over to another streamer and share the love with them. And hey, Slice Slime is on. They released a snapshot today. So let's go and raid Slice Slime, who's a Minecraft developer, and tell him that the new update is amazing and they should add polished mud blocks. All right, guys. Let's go raid Slime and tell him that we love the update, or the new blocks and new update stuff. They did a good job on it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And like I said, MCC practice tomorrow. It'll be awesome. All right, guys. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And once again, thank you for being you. Thank you for being awesome. Goodbye. Which button turns this off? I forgot. Did I do it right? Did I even raid Slice?